What massively improved your mental health? I worked in an office that had a 16-year-old client that had a mental health break during COVID. Kid went from typical to having such a bad stutter he couldn't even start a sentence. Essentially nonverbal. Parents tried everything: meds, therapy, independent study, camps, sports. One day he came in and said, "Hey, how are you doing?" I stared at him but didn't want to make a big deal and just said, "Good, thanks." Later I told his dad that his son seemed like he was doing really well. Dad told me, "Yeah, we tried everything, turns out he just needed a chocolate lab dog." Practicing gratitude deliberately. I began thinking of 3 distinct things I was thankful for, every night before falling asleep. I didn't even write them down, just took 5 seconds to reflect. 3 things, but no generic friends, family, food, repeated answers. Simply doing this every night for several months completely changed my mood. I suffer from mental illness, so I really hate our thanks and cured type stuff, but in combination with real treatment, practicing gratitude is scientifically well established as a mood booster, and I was shocked by what a huge difference it made. Bedtime routine even on weekends when applicable. No phone 2 hours before bed. Drink all the water. Sober from alcohol almost 8 months. Workout every day. Weights 4 days a week. Cardio after weights 2 days a week. Body mobility yoga every day, 30 minutes every morning and 30 minutes before bed. 5:30 a.m. wake up. Always have a library card. Reading is so important and fun. Passing that along to my almost 3-year-old. Remove myself from situations that do not bring me happiness or make my anxiety worse. Everyone's different, but I started to go down mentally for a couple years, went kind of into a loner lifestyle, then I started pushing my comfort zone in my everyday life. Not anything crazy, just general things like asking people to go out for drinks or coffee, asked a few women out on dates, stuff I was for some reason terrified of doing. To my surprise, a lot of that worked out for me. I now am in a happy relationship and I haven't been this mentally stable in years. Changing the way I thought. It started 18 years ago, noticing that actually, I was always a mean, nasty, nitpicking, critical bully to myself. Instead, I changed to an honest, encouraging, kind friend, just as I would be towards any other human being in my life. That led to lots of other changes in the way I saw the world over time, and the way I saw other people. I enjoy my life so much more now. Nature. People still overlook this simple thing, and it's hard for many to find nature where they live. I took a trip to the mountains and had never felt more relaxed in my life. Then I moved near the water. I instantly saw my mental health improve after living in the city for many years. I think when you realize that so much is alive all around us, it makes you stop and think how small we really are. Having kids, my children look so much like me, getting to watch them grow and be so pure, loving and happy has made me realize that a lot of my feelings are not my nature, but caused by a lack of nurture. I aspire to be like them now in many ways. Focusing on what is fun and loving people genuinely or completely ignoring people. Kids can be direct in such a guilt-free way. Cognitive therapy. As thoughts come into your mind, write them down. Write them down on the left of the page. I use a black pen. This is step 1. Get in the habit of noticing and catching the thoughts. Step 2. Write down a more rational, realistic thought on the right of the page. I use a blue pen. Repeat until habitual. 20 minutes a day is ample. Talk to some good close friends about it. Good friends will be supportive and may even share things they are going through as well. That helps me to realize I'm not alone in my struggles. Also, regular exercise helps to balance my overall life and helping me think straight. Physical, mental, and emotional are all connected. It sucks at how well it works. I used to hate my mom telling me that exercise would reduce my depression, but she was absolutely right. The issue is that when you're really depressed, it's the last thing you feel like doing. But nothing else has as much of a positive effect on my mental state as regular exercise. Friends, and most importantly, I accepted myself and what I am like. I used to be depressed to some extent, no official diagnosis, but it is too obvious as I think about it now. I had long talks with myself in my head and I would say it actually helped, and I got over stuff I was sad and angry about. Hybrid work. I didn't really realize how much commuting and constant office nonsense was messing with my mental health until the pandemic. Unfortunately, my employer went back to full-time RTO, and my mental health has been spiraling since. Hopefully, I will find a new job soon. Resistance training. Sun gazing, getting as much direct sunlight on the skin without burning as possible each day. Forest bathing. Ice baths. Plenty of fat and cholesterol, grass-fed ghee, pastured eggs, cod liver oil, coconut oil. Ormus. If you don't know, You don't know sports, recently it's been paddle. Before it was football, tennis, table tennis and checkers I've considered sports too. Music, metal music always helped me mentally. Singing and screaming with some songs I love really takes away all the bad energy from me. I got a cat. He sits with me. I rant and say all kinds of stuff to him and he just sits there like, go ahead and get that off your chest, man. Life gets lonely, especially if you don't have family, a partner, kids. It makes life a little easier. Sleep in the realization that my opinion doesn't matter to many people. So why should other people's matter to me? I focus my energy on me, my family, and my friends. The rest of the world can have a nice day, or not, I don't care. Prozac. That stuff was a gift from the gods. Took away the rage, the anxiety, the depression. Made it so I was a functional human being for the first time ever. Got to get my insurance back so I can go back on it. Swapping social media and instant streaming music for vinyl records. It slows me down mentally, gives me the peace of mind to actually listen and forget life outside for a little. Strangely therapeutic. Putting a stop to my social media use and substituting reading for my time spent there with books. I've completed 6 books since the beginning of January. It makes me feel really good about myself. Motorcycling. I know it's not for everyone, but nothing clears my head better than riding in the summer and getting all the smells of the outdoors. Plus the main character energy is intoxicating. Silencing my activity on social media, and replacing my time spent on there by reading books instead. I finished 6 books since the start of January. I feel so good about myself because of it. Ditching my old friends who didn't take me seriously after a tragedy. I am no longer going to try be relatable and kind. If you treat me like shit, you're out of my life and are dead to me. I stopped looking for apologies and focused on self-accountability. I can't control how other people see their mistakes and wrongdoings. I can only control my own opinions and actions. It's the single most important determinant of health that almost no one seems to know or take it seriously. Prioritizing sleep makes everything else in your body work better. Moving to a place that wasn't winter 8 months of the year and I was close to the ocean. Haven't felt suicidal in over a year and a half, probably for the first time since I was 16. Quit alcohol, quit destructive relationships, friends, family, partner, got help, took medication regularly, exercises every day, journaled every day. Life changed significantly. COVID. Post-COVID I've not had any stress in my life. The lockdown gave me an opportunity to drastically rearrange my work-life balance and change my attitude towards work. Finding positive influences and more perspective other than my own. If your inner monologue is negative, it's not a good baseline. Reading books is where I've found this. As cliche as it sounds, working out really helped. Apart from the physical distraction, getting in shape and looking better just made me feel better as well. Letting go of deadweight friends, prioritizing sleep, getting more sunlight, eating better, minimal social media, exercising regularly, especially cardio. Just doing something, rather than sit about thinking what to do or the best plan of action. Just get going and you feel you have achieved something. Just doing something, rather than sit about thinking what to do or the best plan of action. Just get going and you feel you have achieved something. Avoiding unnecessary arguments in person and online. Also, employing stress reduction techniques like breathing exercises and getting therapy. Removed myself from all social media except Reddit, which I consider social media light, and quit caring about other people's opinions of me. Learning to say no, let go and stop sweating the small stuff. Also knowing that if somebody has a problem with me, it's their problem. Realizing that in most instances, I'm not responsible for the feelings of others. It took a lot of self-blame off my shoulders. Leave toxic people behind, going to therapy, and generally not giving a shit about anything that doesn't affect me or my family. My boyfriend. He is the most amazing person ever and motivates me to get better. Also, talking to people about my problems. Sounds weird, but losing all my friends when I moved school saved my mental health and I'm glad to be in a better place now. Buspiro and exercise, haha. For real though, the meds were not enough. Exercising and some journaling has helped a ton. Learning how to not give any fucks to what people think. Divorcing my first wife who was making my life a living hell. Realizing I was an extrovert with social anxiety rather than an introvert, and working to overcome that anxiety. The gym and nutrition. Weights, cardio and eating healthy. No drugs or alcohol. I feel better than ever. Okay, this may sound odd, but I gave up caring if my emotions are getting in the way. Why do I need them? Cardio for at least 30 minutes, preferably in sunlight or at least outdoors, 5 or more times a week. Lego. Working on Lego sets after work is a good way to unwind and is a big stress reliever for me. Taking magnesium glycinate at night before bed has a significant effect on my daily anxiety levels. Minimizing contact with my family and focusing on spending time with people that make me better. So far, nothing. I'm in a steady gradual decline from burning out from teaching 12 years ago. Quit teaching high school. Got divorced. So much less stress. I finally quit smoking. I always get downvoted for this one, so I'll just keep it to myself this time. Triumphant face. Realizing that not everyone has to like me and not caring what people think. Find something to look forward to. It literally pulled me out of depression. Keeping away from toxic people, it gets rid of the negativity and stress. Being happy with my body. Learning 8 inches is by no means small or short. Having a wonderful partner who loves me being me. And going to the gym. I would say going for regular walks has improved my mental health a ton. Quitting social media and cutting off people who negatively affected me. Going to the gym. I thought it was bullshit, but it does help a little. Turning off all notifications on my phone, except for calls and SMS. Stopped lying to myself and others, accepted myself for who I was. Accepting yourself. Which does not mean not improving yourself. Sounds bad, but letting people deal with their own problems. Not giving a fuck about shit that doesn't affect your life. Having a routine every morning and every night before bed. Getting a divorce from someone who didn't truly love me. Meditations. Therapy and cutting out toxic people, jobs, relationships. Getting diagnosed with ADHD, the resulting treatment.